It's 6 a.m. The screen lights up the dark room before my feet even touch the floor. And somehow, I'm already tired. I haven't spoken a single word yet, but the noise of 1,000 strangers is already pouring into the quietest hour I have. Do you feel that too? That you wake up already behind? We call it just catching up. We tell ourselves this endless scrolling is connection. But let's be honest, you and me, just for a moment. It's a quiet theft. We're handing away the most sacred hour we own before the day has even asked anything of us. But what if the real way out of this exhaustion isn't doing more or moving faster, but simply stopping? Marcus Aurelius carried the weight of an entire empire, and still he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." The empire we have to conquer first isn't out there. It's quietly waiting behind our own eyes. Stay with me. By the end of this, you'll know how to take your mornings back. Look closely at how we spend the time we call rest. We lie down, bone-tired, and still our thumbs keep moving. We're quietly absorbing the storms, the noise, the borrowed worries of people we will never meet. There's a name for this invisible weight on us, staying alert when nothing is actually wrong. The mind keeps scanning the horizon for danger, like there are predators hiding in all that light. You're running a marathon while lying perfectly still. And then we wonder why mornings feel like lifting a mountain. And here's what I wish someone had told me sooner. It isn't laziness. Let me say it again, because I know the guilt you carry. It isn't laziness. Your mind simply pulled an emergency lever. It switched you into a kind of safe mode, protecting you from a world that asks too much and gives too little back. If you feel that heaviness right now, tell me in the comments. Just name it. Writing it down is the first quiet step towards setting it down. You're not broken. You're only carrying too much. And today, we start putting some of it down. You cannot outwork, outthink, or outdiscipline a system built by thousands of brilliant minds to keep your eyes on the glass. It's an unfair fight, old human wiring against machines that never sleep. And every morning we reach for that screen first. We surrender before the day has even begun. But there's an antidote, an old blueprint for a tired mind, forged in the chaos of ancient empires. The Stoics called it the inner citadel, a fortress built not of stone, but of where you choose to place your attention. Seneca lived through the violent politics of Rome, with no glowing rectangles screaming at him, and still he understood how easily a human soul can be stolen. Seneca warned us with terrifying accuracy. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. But look at what we've done now. We open our eyes and instantly download the manufactured worries of the entire planet. So you have to build a wall, not a wall of bitterness, but a quiet fortress. Your first waking hour has to become sacred ground. And the beautiful part? It costs nothing. No expensive routines, no perfect morning ritual. It asks for only one quiet, unwavering word. No. Think about the strange logic of our mornings. We guard our homes with locks, with heavy doors, with alarms. And yet, the moment we open our eyes, we leave the front door of our own mind wide open to the entire world. To build your inner citadel, You have to reclaim this quiet dawn. And it doesn't take grand gestures. It takes only that single, simple word, repeated gently. No. No to the notifications. No to the endless scroll. No to the urgent demands of a crowd that does not care about your peace. Withhold your attention, and the noise loses its oxygen. This first hour isn't just a slice of time. It's the rudder that steers your entire day. When you shatter your sleep and flood a fresh, waking mind with borrowed panic, you hand that wheel to 1,000 strangers. But when you keep it for yourself, even the chaos that comes later arrives to a different person. So before the world gets to you tomorrow, let it find you already standing on your own ground. Watch the crowd move, everyone walking faster than they need to, chasing a finish line that keeps sliding further away. We've been sold a quiet lie that our worth is something we have to earn again every single morning. That if we ever slow down, we'll simply cease to matter. So we push. We answer one more message. We say yes to one more thing. We treat ourselves like machines that should never stop. And then we feel ashamed when the body finally whispers that it's tired. But here's a question worth carrying with you today. Who taught you that rest had to be earned? There's an old image I keep returning to. A farmer pushing a tired horse harder and harder, confused about why it stumbles, never once thinking to let it drink, to let it breathe. We do this to ourselves every day. We are both the exhausted horse and the merciless rider. And somewhere along the way, we forgot we were allowed to be kind to the creature carrying us. You don't have to keep pace with a race you never agreed to run. Step to the side for a moment. Let them rush. The world will keep spinning without your exhaustion holding it up. Have you ever noticed how you carry your whole week in your shoulders? The unanswered messages, the conversation you replayed 100 times, the small failures you stacked into a mountain when no one was looking. We walk through the city wearing all of it, like invisible luggage we never put down. The Stoics had a strange and freeing idea. They drew a single line through the middle of the world. On one side, everything you can control, your effort, your attention, the next breath you choose to take. And on the other side, everything else, the weather, the past, the opinions of people who don't know you, what others decide to do with their lives. And here is the quiet revolution in that line. Almost everything that exhausts you lives on the wrong side of it. We pour our energy into things we were never meant to hold. We try to control the wind, and then we wonder why our arms ache. So let me ask you, what are you still carrying tonight that was never yours to carry in the first place? You don't have to solve the whole world before you're allowed to rest. You just have to set down what isn't yours. Open your hands. Let the rest pass through them like the lights passing the window. Some things were always meant to keep moving, without you holding on. There's a kind of quiet that frightens people. The quiet of an empty evening, when the phone goes still and no one is asking anything of you. We've learned to fill that silence the moment it arrives, with noise, with screens, with anyone's voice but our own. As if being alone with ourselves were something to escape from. But solitude and loneliness are not the same thing, even though they often wear the same coat. Loneliness is the ache of feeling unseen in a crowd. Solitude is something gentler. It's the room you return to when you finally remember you have company in yourself. One empties you. The other quietly fills you back up. So let me ask you something honest tonight. When was the last time you sat with yourself? Not to fix anything, not to plan tomorrow, not to scroll through other people's lives, but simply to be. To listen to the quiet hum of your own mind and find it wasn't an enemy after all. You are not your worst evening. You are not the silence that scares you. You are the warm light still burning in the window while the rain falls outside. And the most loyal companion you will ever have has been sitting quietly beside you this entire time, waiting for you to notice. There's a thought that visits most of us, usually late, usually quiet. The feeling that we've wasted time, that we're behind, that somewhere there's a version of us who made the better choice, took the other road, and will never catch up to them now. We grieve the years like they were stolen, instead of simply lived. But here's a truth as old as the rivers. No one ever steps into the same river twice, because it is never the same river, and they are never the same person. The water you're grieving has already flowed to the sea, and the strange mercy hidden in that is this: you were never meant to stand still in it. You were always meant to keep moving. So I want to ask you to lay something down right here on this quiet street. Not the memory, keep that, it shaped you. But the punishment, the endless sentence you keep handing yourself for being human, for not knowing then what you know now. Tell me honestly, if a friend had lived your exact life with your exact map, would you really speak to them the way you speak to yourself? The clock keeps moving, but so do you. And every single morning is the river offering you fresh water you've never touched before. You don't have to recover the time behind you. You only have to be gentle with the time that's still arriving. It's not too late. It has never once been too late. I started this night watching the rain, asking why we all feel so tired. And somewhere between the train and the empty street, I think I found something. Not an answer that fixes everything, those don't exist, but something quieter, a place to rest the weight for a while. The peace was never on the other side of the mountain. It wasn't waiting for the perfect life, the finished work, the day everything finally makes sense. It was hidden in the smallest things all along. The warmth of a cup held in both hands, a quiet seat by the window, The simple, ordinary miracle of one more morning arriving, asking nothing of you but to witness it. If you walked through this whole night with me, then maybe you needed this quiet as much as I did. This is a small corner of the city we keep warm for evenings like these. A place to set the luggage down and breathe. If it gave you even a little rest, stay a while. Follow along, and we'll keep finding these quiet mornings together. The city is loud, but it's safe in here. Breathe. You've done enough for today.